Hello, I'm Maria, and I'm an EFT practitioner. Today I want to explain the setup statement in tapping. If you've ever done any EFT tapping before, or maybe you've looked at tapping videos on YouTube, you may have noticed that almost all tapping seems to start with the words, even though, while we're tapping on the side of the hand. Wonder why? We call these sentences at the start of tapping that we repeat 3 times, often with variations, while tapping on the side of the hand, the setup statement, and it has a particular function. You see, EFT is at its root a stress reduction technique, and the way it works is that we talk or think about the thing that is stressing us, while at the same time tapping on the acupressure points. The tapping sends calming signals to the brain. So essentially, we are telling the brain that it doesn't need to get stressed anymore about whatever it is we're tapping on. The tapping turns the fight, flight, or freeze response off. Sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Except there is a catch. Even though we may consciously be quite determined to process whatever it is we're stressed about and let go of that stress, unconsciously, we often want to hang on to it. And that is not as ridiculous as it sounds. When we were still hunter-gatherers, living in the savannah being hunted by lions, it was really important to remember that time when the lion chased us and we barely got away and it was really scary, and get stressed the next time we saw a lion, because it would make us act immediately to put a safe distance between us and the lion and keep us alive. It was a survival mechanism. And you and I are here today because our ancestors were smart enough to remember danger and avoid it. Unfortunately, in today's world, and particularly with traumatic events that happened in childhood, that is no longer quite so useful. The people that hurt us when we were 4 wouldn't be able to do that to us adults anymore because they're old or even dead, or we are bigger and stronger and can defend ourselves, or at least know how to call the police. You get what I mean. So a lot of the stuff that our brain wants to hang on to protect us in the future is actually outdated and no longer relevant. That means we have to convince our brain that it is okay to let go of it. Back to the setup statement, which has 2 parts. We pair the thing that is causing us stress, we call that the exposure part, as in exposing the problem, with a statement that promotes accepting ourselves, just the way things are right now. That's the acceptance part. The default acceptance statement that is often used goes, I love and accept myself. So your setup statement would go something like this. Even though this terrible thing happened when I was 4 and it really scared me and I can still feel the fear in my body today, I love and accept myself. Now, I know, and most of my colleagues know, that for trauma survivors, a statement like, I love and accept myself, is often so far away from how they really feel that it just causes more resistance in our brain. And there are 2 schools of thought about this. Some practitioners encourage you to use those words anyway. Repetition will make them feel more true in time. And some of us, including me, vary the acceptance phrase to something that you, the client, are comfortable with. It could be something like, but I am taking a step towards healing. Or, I am open to the possibility that I could feel a little less anxious. Or whatever works. The critical thing is that we pair the stressful memory or thought with something real we accept about ourselves. And that helps our brain not throw up huge resistance when we start tapping through the points to tell it to calm down. I hope that made sense. If you have questions, please put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll see you soon.